Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. On our TCM menu tonight are actors who've earned Oscar attention when they recreated one of their stage performances on the big screen. Next we have Rosalind Russell as the flamboyant, audacious, zany, and very endearing Auntie Mame, role that brought Ros Russell both a Tony Award nomination for performances made on Broadway, and it brought her an Academy Award nomination for work in the film version. Now, it's a character who first came to life in 1955 on the pages of a very funny book by Patrick Dennis, all about an orphan 9-year-old boy living with an outrageous madcap aunt. As a book, Auntie Mame was an immediate bestseller, and in 1956 it was transferred to the Broadway stage. It became a triumph there as well, with Rosalind Russell perfectly cast as the delightful title character Mame Dennis. And when it came time to make this film version in 1958, Warner Brothers Studios basically hired the same Broadway team to redo their magic on film. Martin DeCosta, who directed the play, was hired to direct the movie as well, even though he had never directed a movie before. They also hired 3 members of the original Broadway supporting cast to recreate their roles in the movie. Chance Hanslick, who plays Auntie Mame's young nephew, also the very funny Peggy Cass, who plays Mame's frumpy yet devoted secretary Agnes Gooch, and Yuki Shimoda, who's Mame's houseboy Ito. More importantly, there was never any question as who would play Mame on film. Rosalind Russell was a given, and it turned out to be the greatest success of her film career. The film was wildly successful at the box office, received 6 Oscar nominations. In the final tally, it didn't win any Oscars. Ros lost the Best Actress award to Susan Hayward that year in I Want to Live. But for many moviegoers, nothing topped Auntie Mame in 1958. Here it is, the movie wonderfully adapted for the screen by Adolph Green and Betty Comden, Auntie Mame. What a funny movie that is. One of the best. Rosalind Russell, was sent a typewritten copy of the novel Auntie Mame before it was even published. And understandably, she immediately fell in love with the character of Mame Dennis. One reason, she said, is because the character of Mame reminded her of her own sister Clara, who she adoringly called the Duchess. Ros said the Duchess possessed the same qualities of total sophistication and absolute naivete that makes Mame so endearing. The character of Mame, of course, lived on beyond this 1958 film. Composer Jerry Herman turned it into a 1966 Broadway musical called simply Mame, which starred Angela Lansbury, which then became a 1974 movie with Lucille Ball. But Rosalind Russell always remained so identified with that role that her autobiography was called Life is a Banquet, and a book on Rosalind Russell's life by Bernard Dick is called Forever Mame. Up next, a touching post-war drama based on a stage play by John Patrick that stars Ronald Reagan, Patricia Neal, and Richard Todd.